In all honesty, I completely forgot that I had to change the the name of my thing. Hold on, let me do that real quick. Even though I'm already streaming it, it's fine.
It's fine. This is fine.
Okay,
This is
but
fine. This
but
is
I'm
not
talking
fine.
about the German treasure planet.
It'll take 2 seconds, so.
It's fine. This is fine.
Okay,
This is
but
fine. This
but
is
I'm
not
talking
fine.
about the
There we go. It's changed now.
Hey yo.
How are you today, Zaku?
I'm doing good. And you?
I'm good.
I'm good.
So what made you want to start VTubing in general?
VTubing
Or
was
just
not
streaming? Like streaming or VTubing, either one.
well, VTubing wasn't really part of the idea. It was just trying to just get into streaming first. And I got caught on streaming because like I was watching other people stream. It's just like, oh, they play games, they have fun. Like sure, streaming is like is something that you can make money with, but I mainly did it because I wanted to play games again and interact with more people. It's like it was pretty hard interacting, but like it took me longer to get started on it because I was more focused in getting like my career planned out, finishing college and all that stuff, and then working. And then I always told myself, I'll get into it when I have more time. And I realized if I didn't just start doing it, then I would never start it at all. So I just started streaming. So people, so people act like watching other people, certain people stream also got me into it. Like gave me the courage to be able to start streaming. So that's what got me started streaming like roughly last year. And it's been an experience.
Yeah, because I also wanted to stream for a while now. And it's not even just the fact of being a VTuber. I just like playing games. And as you've seen before, I have a bunch of issues, but we're fixing it.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Uh,
What kind of streamer are you? Like, are you a gaming streamer, just variety streamer?
I'm a variety streamer. Like I do mainly games, but like there are times if I have been able to, well, I'll do like model building or some pack openings. So I will like open packs on stream depending on like what it is. So I've done a Digimon pack opening stream and like I showed what I got from the boxes. And then I've also had like Pokemon pack opening stream too. And I got some good stuff.
What what did you get when you opened the packs?
Um I've got I got a lot of like full arts from the Pokemon stuff. It was like when 151 had just released. It was like it was like a special thing. And I wonder if I have him here. No, I have him in my other piles, but like I had a full art Zapdos, and then I got an alternative art one. It was just like really low key pulls, and then I slowly started getting like other arts as well. And sometimes there are things where like you can't get the cards you need, but it's like it's more of the having fun part about it, of opening packs and seeing what you get. And now I'm just like kind of looking through what I have over here because I did have a lot, and then I have some like other cards that I got from like the pack openings. Can I put this in? And as before, like when you asked like what I stream, yeah, as I said before, I am a variety streamer, but I also do play a lot of like farm. I do play a lot of farming simulator games like Stardew or sometimes Story of Seasons.
Yeah, my next question was actually gonna be what kind of games do you play for your streams or off stream?
Yeah, so on stream I try to keep like a schedule for it. So I have normally right now I have like Stardew Valley, and then I would have S- Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town, and I'll work around it, see what other games I haven't tried yet, or what games I want to play again. Because I also wanted to start playing Elden Ring and Kingdom Hearts, since I haven't played Elden Ring before, and Kingdom Hearts is just like an old game I haven't really played in a long time. So I'm just trying to get those into the streams. And then there's also like the gacha games like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail. And then there's also the newest one, the new game that they
Endless
released
Zone Zero
last
or
week.
Wuthering Waves?
Yeah. Yeah, Zenless Zone Zero picked up, and Withering Waves I did play, but I haven't touched it in a while. So I probably
I
should get back into that actually.
I don't know why, but I can't. Okay, the games are great. I love Wuthering Waves. I love Zenless Zone Zero, but I can't play them because they look too much like Genshin to me. And I'm like, if I'm gonna play a game that's Genshin adjacent, I might as well just play Genshin.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
I
I
get why people love those games though.
yeah, it is. But some of the games do have the same aspect as Genshin because like again, Genshin being a gacha game, and like then you got Honkai Star Rail made by the same company. Then you got Zenless Zone Zero made by the same company.
Hmm.
Then you got Withering Waves, which isn't made by the same company, but like what I've noticed by playing Withering Waves, it's different from Genshin because Genshin is attack, skills, and ultimate. Withering Waves, it has a parry system and a dodge function,
Mm.
which makes it kind of fun. Which the combat, that kind of combat makes it kind of a lot more fun because in my eyes, it's like, oh, you get certain bonuses for doing something like that, or like switching characters increases certain things. So like it gives more variety for the game. While Genshin, like I play Genshin too. Genshin is about like the character synergy. Like how do you want to build certain teams? And it it is a lot for me in Genshin because like I have a lot of characters that I haven't leveled up, and it takes a lot of resources.
It takes forever.
It takes a long time, and like it's the same with all the other games too. But on all the other games, I don't have a lot of characters. Like in Genshin, I almost have every single character. I've skipped a good majority of the like the new run banners right now because I'm just like I need to take a break from it. It's just way too
Right.
much.
I feel like the only reason I do still play Genshin is because I love Klee. She's one of my favorite characters, and I don't have her yet, so I'm trying to get her. But I feel like after I get her, it's gonna be just like, what's the point of playing anymore? I got what I wanted.
Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna do a rerun of her though,
She usually
because
has summer reruns, I think.
yeah, yeah, I believe so too. But I think this summer it's not gonna be. I don't think Klee's gonna be in it. It looked like it was Nalo and Nahida, or not Nahida, Kiara.
Mhm.
So I don't know if Klee's gonna be in the summer event this year because last year I know there was an outfit for Klee and
It was an outfit for
Kea.
Klee, and I think it was an outfit for Klee and D-Luke last year.
Yeah, I remember. No, D-Luke he did get an outfit, but it wasn't the summer one. It was D-Luke and Kea or
Mm,
Kaya. He had like a master thief outfit, and Klee had a little witch outfit.
yeah, I remember the witch outfit. I don't remember Kaya's outfit though. I don't know how, and I missed that. Probably because I don't really keep up with Genshin like that at all.
Hmm.
I really just open the game and then there are new banners, and I'm like, oh,
Cool. Do I want this character?
right. So I go through the trials, and I personally I hate using bow characters. I don't. I'd rather use every other character, but a bow character. I love the designs, but the bow is what throws me off.
It's like you have to aim. There's certain aim methods too. And
Right.
I've seen some people do like a rapid fire bow build. I'm just like, how are you guys doing that so effectively? They go insane with it.
I'm glad some people know how to use it because I don't, and it only makes me mad.
Hmm.
But earlier
I
you
guess
did
I
say,
understand that.
huh?
No, go on.
Um, Earlier you did say that you just were streaming before you became a VTuber. What made you want to be a VTuber?
What made me want to be a VTuber?
Yes.
Um, you know, you know, all honestly, I wasn't too sure. Like I'm not like fairly new with not fairly new with it, but I'm not like in depth with it either. All I knew was that I didn't have like a webcam to like capture my face or anything or any of that. And the best thing I had was just like talking with a friend and being like, "Hey, I'm going to start streaming soon. Is it possible for you to make a character for me?" Like I commissioned a friend to like make my model, and I've been commissioning him like for multiple models because his style of art is what like I really like. So I guess like to say it is what made me like a PNG tuber or VTuber was mainly because like I just didn't have access to a webcam. I know there was like there's a chance there's a thing where people just don't have like a webcam and they just stream the game and you'll hear their voiceover. I mean, I guess that was a choice too, but like I kind of want.
I'm sorry, my Discord restarted. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, no problem. Um, the VTubing, I just had a friend. I just commissioned a friend and asked him to like make me a model for the for like streaming, and that's how I just really started it. It was I could have just done like no webcam and then just voiced over like while playing the game, but I felt like that would have been a little less interactive with more people. And I know like having VTubing like a PNG or a live 2D model is like it also like can distract other people, but I just I guess like to say is I just liked having the model made, and it also lets me support him in his like endeavors to do more art. So that's why like I guess that's why I do the PNG tuber or the VTuber thing. It just lets me help support my friend.
Right. So, how did you get into the VTuber slash PNG tuber community, either before or while you were streaming?
How did I get into the community?
Yeah.
Um, I guess it's while I was streaming, like I ran into people through other people's stream and like I vibe with them. It's like how I ran into Chaco in like a different stream, and then I started coming into his stream.
I just seen his stream and I was like, I like this man. I don't I don't remember what stream it was though. I don't remember what stream I don't remember what he was streaming that day, is what I meant to say. Would you consider uh streaming a hobby for you, or like something you'd want to do as a job? Again, my computer keeps doing this. I'm sorry.
Hey, no worries.
Um,
Oh,
my question is, okay, would you consider streaming to be like a hobby or a job for you?
streaming is definitely a hobby, and as I do say like I would love to just make streaming my job, but I know for a fact that it would be kind of difficult.
Hmm.
So I try to keep it as a hobby, not try to like make it priority, but I do also try to keep if I make like let's say I make a schedule, I'll try to keep with the schedule for that for streaming.
Hmm.
So like I'll try to like keep it all planned out and ready to go. But yeah, streaming is mainly a hobby from on my end.
What other hobbies do you have outside of streaming?
My other hobbies. You know, I have I do like model building stuff. It's not like those army tanks or cars. I do like the Gundam building, or if I'm able to get my hands on some like really cool Digimon models, I'll buy one and build those. And other than the hobby buildings, it's I I sometimes read like little night novels I buy like that come out once every 4 months. So I do reading, and then there's my actual career of cooking. I'll just try to get like what I can and try to make something interesting with food. Even if it doesn't taste good, I'll still have to end up eating it because I made it.
felt that.
Yeah, it's I guess when I say cooking is a hobby, it generally is until I made a career, but I still enjoy the experimentations of flavors or try to just do something. And if I mess it up, it's like, oh, well, now I learned I don't do it like that. I do it like this.
Right.
So that's what I generally like to do for like cooking as a hobby.
What was the hardest thing for you to do as a streamer PNG tuber?
Like, what did I have?
Like what was just like in terms of playing a game, setting up your stream, what was the getting into being a PNG tuber, anything that was around streaming?
Well, when I first started streaming, I definitely didn't know like how to set up anything. So I've always asked out, and I not asked out. I always reached out and asked like some friends that previously had done streamings before. So like I asked for their advice, like, hey, how do I set this up? How do I set that up? Every every once in a while, there's definitely scuff. Like I'll mess something up or I forget to change like small little details during stream. And I'll tell you guys now if you do stream or if you plan to stream, don't worry your head off about scuff happening. It's always gonna happen.
It happens at some point.
Yeah, it's like there's no reason to like beat yourself over it. Scuff happens. As much as you want your stream to be scuff free or something, and that's like what you plan to do, uh don't worry too much about it. It'll happen. You just accept it and move on.
Yeah.
And then like little things is like I'm also still trying to do is like I'm trying to make like little redeems like possible, and I look up tutorials for that. It isn't a bad thing if you need help with it because you can also reach out to people that knows how to do it, and you can like try to fit it around. And one other thing is like if you're like kind of shy with new people, and again your shyness ends up like putting it making it difficult for you to reach out to them. It'll take work, but don't be afraid to reach out to other people if you want to play games or if you just want to do like a little quick chat. The worst thing that can happen is they just say no, and that's it.
Or they don't respond at all.
No, yeah, that too. They don't respond or they just say no and they block you. It it tends to happen, but there's always like workarounds with it because you can easily find other people that you can play with or talk with. There's always something like positive no matter what.
And personally, from me just playing games with other people in lobbies, there are just VTubers there, whether they're off stream or on stream. Like if you're playing Fortnite or something, I ran into a few VTubers slash PNG tubers who were offline just playing games.
Hmm. Like people, PNG tubers, VTubers, even regular streamers, they'll definitely play games. It if we it's like they'll use their personal account or they'll use like their streaming account, and that's fine too. Running into them that way is just like, oh well, damn.
All right. What would you say, whether it's your personal opinion or not, are the biggest drawbacks of being a streamer in general?
My headset just died on me.
Hmm?
Okay, can you repeat that question?
Um, uh, what are the biggest drawbacks of being a streamer, whether it's your personal opinion or not?
The drawbacks of being a streamer
Yeah, what do you think are the drawbacks of being a streamer for you?
for me. Ooh, well, I guess I really haven't thought about it, but like as a PNG tuber, like my personal friends know me and they know what I look like, and they obviously know this account. And for anyone that like actually I friend online, they only know me through as ZakuZakuJon, or and that's about it. So like I guess the drawback is if even if you make friends online, those my drawback, I guess what I'm trying to say is like there's always like that barrier when you try to make genuine friends. And I know like it's kind of weird, but like I try to make friends like even if it's on this stream account, I try to make friends like they're going to be my personal friends later on in life or and stuff like that. And you'll never know if that's the same intent for other people. And another thing for me is like you'll you'll know, I guess what I'm trying to say is I won't know about like some people being afraid to speak out or being direct. And there are some instances that I've been in where people are afraid of me because of like how direct I was. And it again, I guess it put them off. And I they didn't really word it well. So one of my like that I've been through. So that's what I think is the downside. There's always going to be some kind of barrier put between you and another person, especially online, because people don't know how to. Some people won't know how to like interact with that, and that's I get what people try to do, but hmm, but I guess it's something that will vary from person to person. So as a streamer, I guess how I want to phrase it then as the downside of being a streamer, in my opinion, is I don't know what barriers people put up, and I won't really know how to interact with them completely. And I'll just interact with them like I would with physical people, with regular people that I've come to know. So I guess that's the downside for me personally.
I understand that. And not saying that this is everybody, but in some what word I don't want to say fandom communities. In some communities, I don't know why I wanted to say fandoms.
Hmm.
Those two. Some people just, again, either don't know how to not react, interact with most people, or they just don't know how to. They they don't know how to put boundaries out for people to know. So then when you do something, it makes them feel some kind of way, but you didn't know what their
Mm-hmm.
boundaries were because it's like, well, you didn't really say anything, but I'm sorry. Like that, okay. I don't I don't want that to be taken the wrong way, but like with me, uh there was this one person I knew online a couple of years ago, and I guess I said something that put them off, but it wasn't a problem before. I was just acting like myself. And I guess they didn't like what I said, but I don't remember this whole conversation. But it was they were off put by what I said, and I did apologize, but at the same time my mindset at that time was like, well, you didn't say anything beforehand and you never let me know like, hey, these are the boundaries that I have. I guess back then I was more closed minded too. So
Yeah, the boundary thing is really difficult, and like some people will like say it in a really roundabout way instead of being very direct with you. It's like, hey, this made me feel uncomfortable. Can you please not do that again? And they'll just and it's like an entire game of whole reach arounds. Like they're putting like not putting the point straight first, and they just kind of diverge it into like a subtle way.
yeah, and sometimes even now when people say their boundaries in roundabout ways, I still don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
It happens a lot less now because back then I really did not get social cues like that because my social anxiety was through the roof and I was always scared I did something wrong.
Yep.
But most of the
It,
time now, I just tell people, like, if you have any boundaries, just please let me know instead of saying it in a roundabout way.
mhm. Like being direct about some things works a lot better than being roundabout. It's like if you have a problem, if you have something that you're uncomfortable with, please say it like as direct as possible. No need to play the game of roundabout.
Because it'll either get the other person mad or they're not gonna get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why me personally, I usually try to tell somebody as direct as I can. I don't, I don't try to say it to be mean, but as direct as I can so the point gets straight across.
Yep.
All right, next question. What are your opinions on the just streaming community, VTuber community, or content creation community? Either or.
Oh, oh, what's my opinion?
Yeah, good or bad. It's
I guess it's kind of mutual because I know there are some communities that are like, oh, hey, this is really chill. We can hang out, we can have fun, we can talk openly. And then there's some communities that is toxic as fuck. Like you say one wrong thing and everyone hates you just for saying that. It's like, man,
Can we put a pin in that real quick? Because I have a story about that too.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
It's
yeah, sorry, I have a lot of stories. But my personal TikTok, I had commented. I'm in the K-pop community. I love K-pop, and
oh
yeah,
no.
you already know where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you know, I don't know if you know P1 Harmony, but they have a TikTok, and me being funny, and me knowing or me thinking I'm funny, and this was around Halloween, and everybody hates the "oh, this was Kehoe's idea" comment. So I was like, let me make that comment as a joke. I got hate for 3 days nonstop just
Yeah.
because I said this was Kehoe's idea.
Yeah, it's bad. Like it gets real bad.
And I I can't defend a lot of the people in the K-pop community because I know what this community is like. We've done some, well, not all of us, but we've done some bad shit. I can't say it's everybody, but I can say that it's a lot of people.
Yeah. It's as I said, some of the community can get super toxic about it.
Yeah. But if you felt like I cut you off, I didn't mean to, but you can continue with your answer.
Oh no, you're fine. It as I said, some people getting toxic in certain communities or even like the entire community getting toxic about it. It's it's insane. Like I really like some of the communities I'm in, like where it's nice, chill, we can just vibe or play games together or like watch movies and stuff. But being in the part where there's toxic communities is just no not good. It's like I understand like it's not it could be like an actual it's not actual like oh this is just like some streams or some communities is like where the streamer started it. It can be like a fan started stream like community, and it's just like god damn, I just want I just want to chill, or I'm just there sometimes just to get the emotes.
Right.
And the majority of the times I'm mainly there to get the emotes. It just I'm just here to vibe. I don't want any drama. If that happens, it's like, all right, well, I'll just stay quiet and keep myself out of it.
Well, time to find somewhere else to go.
Yep, that's how it is.
So, another question I have, how do you feel about, like, okay, so I know that being, are you into anime?
Yeah.
Okay, I know that being in, me too, but okay, cutting myself off. I need to think straight. Okay, starting the question over. How do you feel about your favorite anime or game being a trend for a while, and then all of a sudden the trend dies down, and then it's weird again? Because there are some things like liking anime that used to be considered weird for a long time and then became a trend, and then when it's not a trend anymore, it's considered weird again.
You know, I I'm not entirely sure because like a lot of the animes I watch or I consider my favorite animes is definitely it's definitely and still will be Dragon Ball Z
Mm.
or just the Dragon Ball series in general. So when it trends, it's like, oh, cool, Dragon Ball showed up. What's causing it to trend like this? And like, it'll be something really cool or be something really sad, like Akira Toriyama that passed away earlier this year, and that hit the Dragon Ball community pretty hard.
It did. Because I remember
But
that.
at the same time, it's because of that a lot of you see how many people were affected by Dragon Ball or whatever any other works that Akira Toriyama made. And it'll always be a part of us. Even like, and I don't think it'll ever go weird. Because even when people said, "Hey, anime is kind of weird," even then, Dragon Ball was still considered a very good show.
Yeah.
Like, and I've enjoyed Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, as much as I hate to say it, Dragon Ball GT, and I know for a fact GT was super fucking weird.
Hmm.
And then there was Dragon Ball Super and more Dragon Ball movies too. I know a lot of stuff like that. So like for me, Dragon Ball won't be considered weird unless like all these new generation are just like, I have no idea what Dragon Ball is, and I will sit them down, and be like, we're watching all
Sit
of
them
Dragon
down
Ball.
right now.
Yeah, we're watching all of Dragon Ball. I don't care if you don't like it. You're watching it, and then you'll realize the hype for it.
Yeah, and again, it does depend on the anime. It
Hmm.
depends on the anime, and it depends on how long or probably how long it's been running for.
Yeah,
Because I know when I was in middle school, I there was a bunch of us who liked anime, and then we hung out a lot. We talked about anime, and I wasn't still in middle school at the time. But then it's like when lockdown hit, everybody, no shade to anybody who did this in 2020 or anything, but a lot of people wanted to be emo. A lot of people wanted to be alternative. A lot of people wanted to be goth. A lot of people were into anime. A lot of people were getting really into gaming at the time.
hmm,
And it's just like a lot, and now it's like it's a lot of that stuff to them is weird again because it got really popular and it was at its peak, and then after that it was just like everybody was like, that's weird now. And again, it depends, but yeah, that's what I've noticed in trends and stuff. A lot of
yeah,
people are more open to it now, but a lot of people still find it weird again after that.
yeah. Like, I guess I'm kind of grateful that a lot of my friends, or even like a lot of the people I interact with online, they're all quote unquote weird. And it's like, I appreciate that.
Yeah. And it's not it's not a weird thing. Other people call it weird because they don't understand the passion you have for it or why you like it. And you feel the
Hmm.
need to explain yourself, but you don't have to. You like what you like, and that's fine.
Yeah, it's, I know, I guess, hold on, what I want to say is liking what you like, and if people don't uh, accept it or understand it, yeah, it makes you feel bad, but when you think about it, there's nothing. I'll say it because like I've told one of my friends this. There's no age limit of liking what you like or carrying something that you like as well. There's no age limit for having dolls or toys or games or cards. Any age, any gender are allowed to like it. And if people are shaming you about it or saying that you're weird, you don't really have to pay attention to them. It If it makes you happy, then keep doing what makes you happy. Like eventually people will understand. It's like, oh, this makes them happy. I guess I shouldn't judge them for something like that.
And I know, because I know this because I tend to do it sometimes, but you don't have to explain yourself to other people unless they're willing to hear your explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Because I, I, again, with the toys and stuff, I still like Build-A-Bear. I love going to Build-A-Bear. If my friends want to go and build a bear, I always leave with a bear. I love collecting Build-A-Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, yeah, there is technically an age limit to it, kind of, but it's just, I like collecting them because they always come out with stuff that I like. Like, they had their Pokemon series stuff, they had Sanrio stuff, and younger kids don't, unless they're into that kind of stuff, they don't really get it. They're just like, ooh, teddy bear.
Yep.
And I get that people calling what you like weird or hating on you because they don't like it, it's frustrating. I get it. But you don't have to explain yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Finding, like, as you said, you don't have to explain yourself to other people unless they are interested or willing to listen to you about it. And but it's also like, oh, you can't force people to like something either.
Right. You can't force people to like what you like. They like what they like. You like what you like. There, it's always going to be a difference between you and somebody else, no matter how much or how many things you have in common. You both have your differences.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this kind of ties in a little bit to my next question. Um, what at this I don't know if this question will make you uncomfortable. You don't have to answer it, but what are your views on parasocial relationships slash behaviors that you've seen or went through? It
Uh,
can be negative or positive. Everybody has their opinions.
uh, one of my views of parasocial like relationships. You know,
Relationships or behaviors.
no, I don't really know much about parasocial relationships, but like I guess I can see it because I've also I would s- I'm not actually I'm not sure if I showed parasocial tendencies, but like there are times where I I guess I worry about certain like friends or certain people, like how they're doing or how they're feeling. But I've I guess I did tend to show a little bit of it, but I try to like keep an open mind of it. Like, well, not an open mind. I guess I'm not really sure how to say it, but hmm, this is a hard one. Like, what are my views on it? Hmm, I guess it's better to say that try not to like get too invested in it. I yeah, this is really a difficult one to talk about because I don't know what to say.
Yeah, no, I understand. I feel I a personal story kind of, not really. When I was younger, like I made some very embarrassing comments on YouTube. and they're on my YouTube account that I use to post my VODs after. And I'm not gonna I all I have I they're not like any type of disgusting type of what am I disgusting type of comments. They're like just comments a child would make is what I'm trying to say.
So it's cringeworthy, is what you're saying.
Yes, and it makes me cringe. But it's just like I was a kid. What do you expect?
I I guess I understand that. Like even now, not a lot, but sometimes I'll post something really cringy. I just stare at it. I'm like, nope, I'm deleting that. That doesn't deserve to exist.
That should not exist anymore.
Yeah. You just wipe it from existence and you just pray to God. You wipe it from your mind.
And just hope that nobody brings it up later in life.
Or hope no one fucking took a picture and like, hey, yo, was this you? It's like, nope, that wasn't me.
Just, I don't know where you got that from.
But that sure as hell weren't me. Yeah, it's just, I guess it's something like that. Oh,
Where do
and
you where do you see yourself continuing to be a streamer, whether you're a PNG tuber or VTuber or just face cam, no face cam streamer in the future?
um, you know, I guess I really didn't think too much about that. Uh, but I will say, like, I do continue to hope that I will be streaming, like maybe like a few years from now, like, having fun playing games or like interacting. And even if it's like, oh, let's just say just still affiliated, or maybe I lose my affiliation, I'll still be like, that's fine. I can just still play games and like reach out to people to play games with. That's what I kind of want to do. Like play games with other people, have fun, try not to worry too much about it. Like something like that. Just give people like good vibes and stuff. If it like helps you understand it a little bit.
Yeah. Do you personally think that whether it's anytime soon or in the future that your channel will continue to grow fast, either steadily or faster than it is growing right now?
Like, will I see my channel grow bigger?
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure about that. Like, even if it doesn't grow too big or if remains small, I just try to, I just try this like think positively about it. Like, I know for some people, like it is a challenge, but you sh- I personally have in that situation where it's like, oh man, I can't get more viewers or I can't get more followers. And I've constantly reminded myself is like, don't think too much about it. It's just like, as much as I want to have like a bigger community, but and stuff, I always want to remember that I just want to have fun. If people come in, drop a follow, I guess that's a success. I'm having fun, and having fun makes other people join in. Like I rather take. I guess what I'm trying to say is I rather take it slow instead of rushing
Mm-hmm.
because it's more endearing that way. It 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 can sometimes prove to be difficult, but there's there's no rush to doing something. It's just like, again, have fun. And that's how I like to view it, is like the pace that I get followers is fine with me. I don't have I don't really have that big of a rush to get more followers is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah, because I know you said it was a hobby, but I just wanted to ask to know your view.
Yeah.
Is there any story behind your username or your model or PNG?
Oh, man, I don't even know where to start with that. See, okay, so I have multiple models. When I first started streaming, I asked my friend to make me a Monster Hunter model based off of Snorlax from Pokemon. So let me see if I can show it real quick. I gotta make some edits. So when my first model came out, it was, let me see if it changes on Fugi or not. It might not, but
It did.
yes. So this is my first model that I debuted in.
That doesn't look that bad. That's a really nice model, in my opinion.
Yeah, I asked my friend for a specific, like a Monster Hunter model themed with Pokemon and Snorlax. And I told him, like, oh, I want the armor that, like, he asked me, how do you want the armor? And I told him a very, like, based off of a armor set in Monster Hunter World. And then I asked him if he could put a gun lance for my weapon. And that was my first model. Now, when I debuted, it was around Halloween time. So when Halloween came around, I asked him to draw me this model, which is my personalized Digimon model for Halloween.
Mhm.
And that's what happened. Like, there was no lore. There was just like, hey, it's almost Halloween. I want a Digimon model.
That looks nice.
And it was I was going off with him too, because like we were trying to set it all up. So, gosh, I have way too many to go through.
You don't have to
And
show all
then
of them if you don't want to.
I'm trying to remember. And then, like, I think, yeah, here it is. Have you heard of Yakuza?
Yes.
So there is a character in Yakuza that I really like, is Goro Majima.
Mhm.
So I asked him to make me a Goro Majima outfit because it was for a different person's karaoke stream, and we were duetting 24-hour Cinderella.
Oh,
So that's what I had him do for me. It's so like the first model is like, oh, this is all that, this is all this. And then I settled down with my most recent one, which I started uh your interview with, which was my custom Gundam one. So fo- that's what I have just started focusing on now. And it's like something I enjoy. This is something like my friend and I enjoy because like we've talked about it multiple times. And with the username, in all honesty, I don't even know how my username came to be. I guess it was because like I was when we were talking and like I just had to come up with a name and I chose Chizaku because it was from a Gundam show. And they were like, I guess that's what you're staying with. I was like, oh, all right. So that's literally how my username came to be, ZakuZakuJon. So it wasn't like real in-depth lore thing. It's just like that's just what happened. Sorry about taking you through like memory lane for me
Oh,
about
it's
my
fine.
models.
No, it's completely fine. Um, okay. Do you have a favorite streamer or a streamer that you watch often?
Ooh, I
If there's more than one,
actually
you can list all of them.
I do have a few actually. One of them uh is your sleepy wish that me, Chaco, and Leviathan Night Dragon that we all three of us follow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where I met Chaco and Leviathan. It was from Sleepy. So I've watched her like I found out about her last year when I started coming back to like watching streams. And it was just like, oh, interesting. I ran into her because of another streamer, but that's like she ended up becoming one like the top person that I ended up watching most of the times. And then afterwards, I think it ended up being Chaco. Like Chaco streams almost every single fucking day though.
Yeah.
Like we both know that from experience. It's like boy needs to rest and he'll be like, I want to stream. Like, no, go sleep.
We're constantly in his streams.
Yeah, we
He
are.
he wanted to was it he woke up and his stomach hurt. He was like, I want to stream today. And we were like, no, go rest.
Rest up. Don't fucking stream. Go rest.
We
He's
basically
like,
had
but I
to
don't want to. He's like, we're threatening him to go to sleep or we'll
we
end
had to
him.
force this man to rest for a day.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, why are you trying to stream when you're still sick?
And then I checked up on him later. I'm like, are you good? Are you resting? And he was. He listened, which is a first.
Yeah, it was just really funny. God, Chaka was crazy. I was like, bro, you stream every day. Take a day off.
He has one day off. And I think
Yeah,
that's on Saturday.
yeah. I'm glad that he's taking more days off this week, though.
Yeah.
He took yesterday off. He's taking tomorrow off, and then he has Saturday off. Like, thank God.
Literally, thank God. Because he
Wait,
streams
is
every single day.
isn't he taking? Isn't he doing an interview with you tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. But he still has time off.
Oh, thank God. Yeah. So,
Like, except for Saturday, he is streaming every single day.
mhm. Or
And
like if he has something planned, or where he says like, "Oh, I'm gonna be doing this the entire day," and it gets canceled, he will still show up and stream. It's like, bro,
go take a nap. What are you doing?
go to sleep. Stop killing yourself, please. Like this this boy is insane. And he acts like he's perfectly sane too. Like, no, dog, you gotta rest up.
Like, please, go take a nap.
Like
Something.
we're worried about you. Oh,
I mean, I
but
admire the dedication, but take a nap. Rest
yeah,
sometimes.
he works like late at late at night to early morning and is like, hey, go take a break. You just got home, go sleep or something.
Please, go sleep.
And he still won't do it. It was like, oh my God.
I mean, it's better than me because the second I don't feel like streaming, I will say there might not be a stream. Don't count on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I don't want to. There are just some days where I physically and mentally don't feel like it.
Yeah, there are times for that. There are definitely times when that happens too.
Sometimes I just gotta take a step back. I'm like, I'm just gonna have a day because I'm not in the right place to stream today.
You know, I need to relax, chill, and come back to this later.
Yep. And then there's Choco who's just like, nah, fuck that, I'm streaming.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm just sitting here like, Choco, take a break.
Stop trying to kill us, man.
I watched all of his streams since I've followed him, and I don't remember what day I followed him, but it was recent.
And he just it's nonstop.
No, he hasn't. I went to sleep in some of his streams.
And when you wake up and he's still streaming like Choco, please.
I remember didn't he have like a 12-hour stream one day because he
Yep.
was trying to finish Kingdom Hearts?
Yep.
I slept and woke up and he was streaming for 7 hours, and I'm like, you don't do 7-hour streams. Why are you still streaming?
And he'll still do it. It's like, bro. We just need
I
to find a
love
way
the
to make him like
enthusiasm sometimes, though.
mm-hmm.
And then to anybody who does plan on streaming, schedule in days off. Even
Yep.
if you have work that day, if you're just like, I don't want to stream on that day because I don't want to, schedule the day off.
Like please make
But
sure to take a day
your
off.
and your days off can change. Your schedule can change a lot of the time. I know my schedules are the schedules I make are 100% not permanent
Mm-hmm.
unless I've already like the interview right now. I That's the only ones that I could guarantee are 100% gonna happen.
Yeah. Like, don't be afraid to take schedule a day off if you stream. Don't be afraid.
And if other
Look,
because I know that people are gonna be scared, like, if I take a day off, nobody's gonna watch me. Don't worry about who's gonna watch you and who's not gonna watch you. If you need that day off, schedule it in. Or if you just want that day off, schedule it in.
mm-hmm. Just remember your health is number one.
Your health takes priority over your streams.
Yep.
Whether that's physical or mental health, it still takes priority over your streams.
But yes, it was getting on top back to the question like who are the top viewed streamers. It's definitely a streamer named Your Sleepy Witch. Now, and second comes in your chocolate iguana, chocolate iguana, and
And
then
for those who didn't know, Chocolate
Leviathan.
Iguana is Choco.
Mm-hmm. Or Coco Inglacia by the name he tries to go by now, which we don't call him that.
We always call him Choco.
Yep. And then I think third comes up to be Leviathan Night Dragon.
I mean, that's your son.
Yeah. I've ended up adopting multiple people now.
I would say, even though this was a question for you, I was just thinking about it while you were talking and also listening to you talk. I would say
Mhm.
that my top streamers right now are Okuno, if you know who that is, uh, Sean the Human, and Chocolate Iguana, aka Choco.
Yep.
Those are like the top three. If you could give anybody who wants to be a content creator in general, whether it's streaming or posting videos, any advice, what advice would you give them? It could be one or multiple.
Like advice.
Yeah, like pieces of advice.
Oh,
Whether it's personal experience or just things they should know.
well, I think I've stated it before, but like again, just have fun. Like I know views are important, but you shouldn't focus too much on that. Just have fun with what you're doing. Content creation, let it be streaming or making shorts or other things. Is like having fun besides your health is another priority. The more you have fun at it, the less it feels like you're doing a job. And to some people, streaming or content creation is a job. But again, just have much fun as possible. Don't let it be like, oh, I have to do this and get it done. Just have fun with what you're doing. If it seems like it's like kind of dry, nah, dog. You just again find a mindset that puts you in a positive mood and have fun with it. Never look at views. It's just don't think. Well, not never look at views. It's don't think too much about views. It's just enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah,
That's like the best advice I can give.
I was gonna say that I was gonna say like if you're if it's something you really want to do, I know that certain things bring in views and certain things don't bring in as many. But if it's your hobby or something that you just want to share, or if you just want to vlog, you if you feel like you have to post consistently, then you can post consistently. I'm not
Hmm.
very consistent about posting on my YouTube, or yeah, I'm not very consistent about posting on my YouTube because it's not, I wouldn't really do it as a job, but if it got to that point where I was getting where I was getting a lot of viewers and they wanted to keep seeing videos, I would keep making videos because it gives me something to keep making videos for on top of doing what I love. Because I
Yeah.
know even not thinking about views, it's a a way of expression, I guess, if I could put it like that. I don't really know.
Yeah.
If you get views, you get views, and if you don't be discouraged about it. Not everything is not everything goes viral. You see a lot of viral videos and a lot of viral posts, but not everything gets there.
It takes time, and there's no need to rush.
Really, there is no need to rush. When did you first get interested in gaming?
No, that's that's pretty long time ago, actually. Now that I think about it, like I guess I got really into gaming when Pokemon first came out, really.
Mm,
And that was back in 1999.
wow. I don't.
Like I
I
used
never realized how long ago things like ten. I never realized how long ago things come out until I look at the dates and I'm just like, damn, that was a long time ago. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no worries. But yeah, like I got into gaming when Pokemon first came out. Like before that, I still played games, but like it wasn't really much to do with it. It was mainly Sonic and some Disney games that I played. But I enjoyed Sonic a lot as a child. And then it slowly became playing Pokemon for a for a long period of time, and then like I guess my gaming repertoire slowly increased from like Pokemon to then playing like Super Smash Brothers and then going to Harvest Moon. Yeah, it was like a progressive evolution of games.
I guess that's all the questions that I have for today for you, Zaku.
Oh,
I'm a lot of these I did write down and are some of them are off the top of my head.
hey, no biggie.
But just a few more questions and then we're probably gonna end.
Okay.
Where 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 can people watch you or find you outside of your Twitch channel?
Um, I mainly stream on Twitch. I do have YouTube, but I don't really have that set up for anything. And they can usually find me on. I'm not calling it what it is now, but I'm still calling it what it was. They
Twitter.
can find me on Twitter at my normal username as ZakuZakuJon. But yeah, I'm mainly on Twitter, and I do have Discord, which you can once again easily find me as ZakuZakuJon. But yeah, I mainly just vibe like everywhere. If I'm not streaming, I'll be like kind of doing my own little thing on Twitter or other stuff, other
I
places, I
told
guess.
you. You came in right when we were about to end though, but still hi.
Hello.
What were you saying, Zaku?
No, I was just saying like they can find me on Twitter or if they find me on Discord somehow. But on days I don't stream, I mainly vibe. Just
Okay.
try to relax and get some rest in.
What days do you usually stream, and or what times?
Um, I use I usually stream on days that I don't work, which has been a lot of free days. But I know for a main fact that my days off, my days that I stream are Tuesdays, usually Tuesdays, Thursdays, Friday, and Saturday. Like if I get a free day, I'll just end up streaming
Mhm.
as well. So yeah, those are the usual days I like stream, but I do post a schedule to try to keep myself on top of things to play other games with.
Right.
But yeah, you can usually find me on those days.
And question, another one, because personally, my channel is a 16 plus channel. Or is yours an 18 plus channel, or is it anybody welcome to watch?
Um, Usually anybody's welcome to watch. I try to keep it like PG as much as possible. Unless I'm talking with Chaco and then everything goes out the window and it's suddenly 18 plus.
Yeah, that's how mine is.
So I try to keep it like PG for everybody. If there's like if I need to put a a warning for mature content, I guess I'll have to I'll throw it in.
Yeah, because Choco streams out of nowhere just take the biggest left turn there is.
Yup. That boy gets bullied harder than anybody else.
And it's by his own chat and
Yep.
his own mods.
He suffers the most. It's still funny though.
I still, I know we're all joking, but I still check up on him after the fact. I'm just like, how was your stream? Was your stream okay?
He's like,
Are you okay?
did
Are
we,
you resting?
did we bully you too hard?
Basically, yesterday I had talked to him and he was yesterday because that was the stream he had with Dolly, right?
No, wasn't it Desuru?
Mm,
What was yesterday? What was yesterday, Dolly? Good question.
I think yesterday was Dolly.
No, Sunday was with Desuru because he was playing It Takes Two. Yeah, Sunday was Desuru.
Mm. And he again, he not again. I don't. He does not consume a lot of weed, and even when he does, sometimes it's still not a lot. So yesterday I checked up on him to make sure he was okay. And
How much did
he told me that edible kicked in higher, and I'm like, it does that. Did you just have one? He was like, yeah. And he was talking about that he was weak toward to it, and I'm like, no, 10 is actually like 10 milligrams is actually like the perfect start for anybody, or if they have a low tolerance. But
Mm-hmm.
just make sure you don't green out and take care of yourself and rest, please.
Yeah, Chaco.
Because he doesn't do that on a normal basis.
I feel like Chaco needs to like chill on some things.
Yeah. It Takes Two is fun. I can agree with that. I played it with a friend. We never finished it, but it was fun. Ooh. I think a lot of not a lot, but uh a few people I know have a greening out story, including myself. It was my friend's party, and I was contact high, and I had a cart earlier, and they had a blunt, so we already know where that goes.
Yup.
But I know a few people with a greening out story. It's either a tame one or they were just tweaking the whole time. But those were those were all the questions I had for you, Zaku.
All right.
You said you have a Twitter and a Discord, right?
Yeah.
All right. So go show Zaku some support, and I do have a Discord of my own now,
Ooh.
so I will put that for people to join. But that's all the questions I had. Thank you for joining me, Zaku. It
Yeah.
was fun having you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Thank you for letting me come in and talk about stuff with you.
No problem. This is probably going to be the direction I go for any kind of content creation.
You got to start somewhere, right?
Yep. But thank you so much. I'm going to put the ending screen now, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Choco's interview.
Give him like the really hard questions.
Not the really hard question.
Make it really hard for him.
He's going to hate me if I do that.